Okay, so here is my program called Basketball Manager Program, and again, you can call it whatever you want. The main thing is this is kind of that special programming I was talking about where this is the one that has the main method. So even though this is a class called Basketball Manager Program, this class is not really intended to ever have objects made of it. Okay, this is the class that contains the main program that is going to use other objects. So I still have my class over here called Basketball Player that's in a separate file, and now I'm creating this new file called Basketball Manager Program. So you can see I have both of them here. I've got Basketball Manager Program and I've got Basketball Player, and they are in the same folder. I've stored these in the same folder, same directory. By default, you have to do that. Okay, if you want them to be able to find each other automatically, you need to put them in the same place. And when the program is compiled, Java will find the other class. When it's trying to compile this, it will actually find the basketball player class as long as they're in the same directory. So anyway, so I told you to create a couple basketball player objects and set their total points. So that's what I did here. I called the first one P1. I set the total points. I called P1 set total points to 1,000. I called the second one P2, and I called set total points to 500. So you should have something similar to this for the two basketball players you created. You could have given them any name you wanted to, and you could have set their total points to however many points you want. Main thing is, if I call this P1, that I'm calling set total points on P1 here. That means I'm giving that player 1,000 points, and then I call it P2, and I call set total points on P2. So at that point, they'd obviously have 1,500 points. Then I did a couple of increases for both of them. So player one, I said he scored 25 points in the first game, so I increased his points by 25, and then I said player one again, increased points by 13. Obviously, that's increased him by 38 total. And then I did the same thing on P2. So P2 increased points, he scored 10 points, and then P2 increased points by 19. Again, this is just adding these points for the game scored to his total points that were set earlier, right? And then I said at the end, go ahead and just print out the value of the total points they have. That's where you need to use the get total points, because that's the method that actually goes and retrieves the total points. It's that accessor method. So I just printed out player one has, and then I printed out P1 dot get total points, so that will actually go get the total points that are stored in the P1 object. And then I said P2 get total points, that will go get the total points scored in the P2 object. So hopefully that makes sense. Make sure you pause the video and check to see if your code that you wrote is similar to this. And then next I'm going to actually run this and show you what this actually looks like in memory as the program is